Hello everyone, my name is Rituro, but you can just call me Mr. Unemployable. We are at the halfway point of the 2021-2022 League 2 season in England. Happy Christmas and almost Happy New Year to all of you out there. Grimsby are in 7th. We have recovered from our bit of a slippery start, and we are right in the thick of this fight for promotion. Only a few points behind us are Dagon Red and Wrexham outside the playoff spots, but in the playoff spots, 3 teams on 38 points, Grimsby, Swindon, and York on 39, Portsmouth and Tranmere, and Sheffield Wednesday only 3 points ahead of us on 41. Peterborough have a nice little cushion at the top of the table, but this is still anybody's game halfway through the season. It means we're in that playoff fight, which is why the board is once again happy with me, and all those rumblings that I might be out of a job have quieted down quite considerably. Our featured match today is against Newport County in 14th. I will be rotating the squad quite a bit for this. We just had our Boxing Day fixture only 2 days ago, so there will be some squad rotation to get the tired legs out of the squad. First, some news and notes from the world of football on Canada. On the Canadian front, we sadly did not qualify for the World Cup, which is, considering that Mexico stomped us 4-0, and even if they had, Jamaica won their second last match, so we couldn't even catch them even if we did. Thanks a lot, Guatemala. We did not make it. We did, however, get a win against Guatemala. My first win as Canadian head coach, a 2-0 result over Guatemala. Gilberto and Jonathan Osorio getting the goals. Now, Osorio's an interesting case, because Osorio actually retired from international football after this match, which blew my mind. The kid's 29. I guess he's not a kid anymore. He's 29. He's still, doing very well for Canada, but he wants to focus on his club career with Toronto, which I don't understand at all. This guy has so much to offer the Canadian national team, and he just packed it up and said goodbye. I mean, I do appreciate all of his service to the national squad. Certainly 56 appearances, 9 goals. Can't say no to that. Can't take that away from him. The fact that I've now lost my starting deep-lying playmaker for Canada is a massive, massive hole in the squad. So, once again, we are back at a case of trying to find the next great Canadian hope to sit beside Schneebeli and Smits in the back line. We've got Jay Bazzi and Manny Aparicio, which is most assuredly stopgap measures at best. And Steve Pander is looking like a really good talent on the right wing, so at least the right side is looking pretty good for the foreseeable future. Fraser Aird also looking very good as he's really upped his game on the international level, getting a couple assists in the last friendly. Speaking of friendlies, I wanted to point out that our friendlies after that final match of the World Cup qualifying, the Hex, were against Australia and Honduras. 3-1 and 3-1 the two scorelines, 1 loss, 1 win. It's actually a really interesting win. I didn't expect to beat Honduras that convincingly, but goals from Tom Andre and Fraser Aird. Andre in his debut, or at least, is that his debut? No, his second appearance, 2 goals. Not too shabby for a depth striker for the national team. And Fraser Aird, like I say, got one of his own. He's going to be good for us in the future, that's for sure. I picked Australia for the first friendly in my tenure for a very specific reason. The Canadian and Australian soccer histories are very much intertwined. Holger Osiek coached both Canada and Australia, and in the case of Canada, he actually won the Gold Cup in 2000, the only Gold Cup not won by the US and Mexico. So very, very important part of Canadian lore is Holger Osiek. Also, Canada and Australia played in the 1994 interconference playoff when it was CONCACAF versus OFC. This is when Australia was still in the Oceania region, and it went all the way to penalty kicks, and unfortunately Australia won in penalties to go to the World Cup, denying Canada their second appearance since the sole appearance in 1986. So there's a lot of history between the Les Rouges and the Socceroos. So I wanted to make sure I got that friendly in, just if nothing else for old time's sake. Meanwhile, the national pool, we are still attempting to restock it as best we can. At least the goalkeeping situation has been more or less straightened out. I've got still tons of people to go through, but that is our current goalkeeping roster for the youngsters. It's not looking very good at all. Clint Irwin is almost aged out. Carducci's hit his ceiling, which is sad. And not many good prospects in the pipeline. Maybe Miroslav Aird from KW United. Not many good goal. It's a Nigeria all over again, basically. Though we're hoping Jordan Dickinson hits that potential, because that would be fantastic. Also trying to find out what the state is of our youngsters here as we try to find some good depth. Mateo Engel from the Impact Academy, man, if he hits that, great looking fullback situation. But again, long way to go for these kids to hit their potential. Hopefully we can find somebody in this pool because, yeah, we need help. All right, that's the international front. On the domestic front, some transfers to check out here. You can see Daniel Grimshaw, once the calendar hits January 1st, Daniel Grimshaw will be leaving from Millwall for a transfer fee. I didn't think I'd get any money for Grimshaw, but he made a very good case that he was not getting minutes, and with Ian Higgins taking his spot, it was I couldn't disagree with him. He deserved minutes, especially for his service to the club, helping us win the Johnstone Paint Trophy last season. I mean, he deserves something better, and I'm surprised that Millwall, of all sides, a championship-level Millwall, picked him up for $5,000. I assumed to sit in as a depth keeper, but great for Grimshaw. All the best to him. We had a little bit of cash. Not so shabby. One other little bit of transfer news. You may recall, longtime listeners of this, or watchers of this series, will recall the name of Mason Holgate. Well, young Mr. Mason Holgate, he now comes out for us. Turns out for us, again, his potential has really fallen off. Remember, he was, before Doncaster snapped him up, he was projected to be a very good defender. Turns out that potential has not been hit, so he is now a depth signing for us. Again, he's our 5th defender. He's not going to unseat Grant, McGoldrick, Connolly, or Hickford, but it's nice to finally get him on the side, just to say I finally picked him up. John Beale, who we brought in on loan from Middlesbrough, has been an excellent pickup for us. Very happy with him. His loan's almost done. I'm not going to renew it. I'm going to let Brimmer and Baldwin carry it the rest of the year with DeMaio backing them up. But it was good to get Beale. Always good to find these D-mids. So hopefully, when his contract expires this year, you never know. Maybe I can pick him up for a little bit. I mean, he's currently on loan from Middlesbrough, and his Middlesbrough contract, if we take a look at it, his Middlesbrough contract is $1,100 a week. So that's not horrible. I could pay him that. Bring Beale in. Might mean the end of Brendan Baldwin's tenure with us, but I mean, hey, I wouldn't say no to that. That's a reasonable salary. So we'll see. We'll see if I can pick up John Beale when this season is over. I think I've got him on my short list. There we go. Add to short list. Indefinitely. Boom. Done. One other thing to check out here is we have a new scout. My staff suggested a new scout by the name of Glenn Murray. Glenn Murray here. Fantastic. 14-14. I said, oh, yes. Right away, please and thank you. Picked him up immediately. So very happy to get him on the roster. More scouts searching for those gems that we can bring in. Taking a look at his achievements here. He turned out for Workington, Wilmington, Barrow, Carlisle, Stockport, Rockdale, Brighton and Hove, Crystal Palace, Reading, MK Dons, Stevenage before coming to us as a scout. He was a scout briefly with Stevenage, actually, and has been out of contract since March. So, good player with a good history in the game. Glad to get him on our scouting team, and scouts so far, we are combing the world looking for some new talent. I want to actually consider getting wingbacks. I will say this as we take a quick peek at the tactic situation. I am strongly considering getting wingbacks and going to a 5-3-2, just to replace the 5-2-3. So I figure with wingbacks, even if we went wingbacks and went 5-2-3, that would be fantastic and really push the situation on the counter there. Wingbacks being so good for that. But again, first I need wingbacks, and I certainly don't have those, and I'm not trusting the right side of Simon Francis. He's fallen off a cliff. Although Joseph Jones, despite his complaining that he wants more first-team minutes, has not exactly been great. But let's take a look at the squad. Today, as we hit the halfway point of the season, as I mentioned. Currently, the best average rating on the side goes to John Beale. Not a shocker. 7 appearances, 1 goal, 7.19 average, patrolling that hole in the back line. Back at the midfield, I should say, Harry Hickford, our top defender. 11 appearances, 7.10. He's really upped his game here. Glad to see that. Neil McGoldrick right behind him at 7.06. McGoldrick is really chasing Hickford for that second spot on the defense, but then I love it. I love seeing competition between my defenders. Makes me so happy. Jack McCord, only 2 appearances since he's only just got healthy from that horrible preseason injury. But 7.05 in 2 appearances. McCourt, he wants us to know he's still there, and I gotta say, he's still there. Brendan Baldwin, 9 appearances, 7.03. I am very pleased with how Baldwin has shown in spot duty this year. So he certainly earned a little more time. Certainly he's up to 2 stars, which feels like he's been there forever. Him and Brannigan. Not Brannigan, sorry. Brimmer. Feels like he's been there forever. Anyway, E's top striker, 6.94 average, 3 goals, 4 assists. Top goal scorer is Jonathan Quinn, 8 goals. Quinn being clutch when he needs to, though. Michael Pollard, a youngster, 3 goals, 3 assists, 17 appearances. 6.75 average. This is a good-looking kid. Not a bad third striker. Certainly doing far better than a certain Mr. Gary Madine. 10 appearances, 1 goal, 6.53 average. So he's pretty far down the depth chart. But again, we knew that when he signed him. Not really a shocker there. All right. Let's get into the setup for today's match against Newport. As I said, we got to rotate the squad. This is right after the Boxing Day fixture. So we got to switch things around here. Let's bring Higgins in for McEwen. Let's bring Jones in for... Actually, let's go ahead and clear the roster full out here. I gotta say, it's nice having all these defenders to fall back to, because, yeah, I got tons of space to do this. All right, Joseph Jones in. Ryan Hibbs for Omazusi, or Robson. Because Robson is still coming back from his injury. I don't want him to blow that knee out again. Let's give Hibbs another go out. Hibbs has been okay. I mean, he's still 1.5. Yeah, let's put Hibbs in. We'll have Omazusi on the bench, if nothing else. On the left, Alex Grant. On the right, Harry Hickford. Mason Holgate, does he get his debut? He's on the bench for this one. In the D-mid hole, that'll be Beal. Yes, because Rimmer played last match. Deep lying playmaker, that will be Jack McCourt. Ball winner, that's going to be DeMaio. Attacking mid, Cameron Brannigan, who scored the game-winning goal against Hartlepool. Up front, let's go with Eves and Quinn with Madine on the bench. And in the midfield, the kids, by the way, Scott and Pollard had a pretty decent game. Pollard not so much, but decent all the same. On the bench here for midfield, we'll definitely Baldwin. And definitely Ainley. And actually, I will put in Sean Scott, because he can play that A-mid role. In case Brannigan goes down. Alright, that looks pretty good for the Newport match. Before we jump into it, I want to show you just quickly what the schedule's been like. Now, again, we were in some pretty dire situations here before we're at the end of the last match. That 1-0 loss to Coventry, an embarrassing exclamation point on a bad start to the season. Follow that up with a 1-1 penalties loss to Chesterfield in our defense of the John Stones Paint Trophy. So that ended very quickly. But after that, we really turned it around. Turned it around quite heavily. In all our league matches since then, we've only lost twice. Once against Barnet, and once against Northampton, which was a fairly bad loss, which brought out the hairdryer treatment. Say that much for it. But still, wins over York, Forest Green, Fleetwood, Dagon Red, or Dagon Red turned around and spanked us. Absolutely spanked us in the FA Cup first round, which is a bit of a setback. Excuse me. Excuse me. Rockdale, Port Vale, Portsmouth, and Hartlepool all wins. That win over Portsmouth is a very good one for us. Very happy to see we can take down a top team like Portsmouth, especially considering we're chasing them for that promotion spot. So we're looking good. We're looking pretty good. A bit upset at our cup defenses, or at least our performance in the cups here, out of the Capital One Cup, the Johnson's Paint Trophy, and the FA Cup, all in our first matches. Not so good, but it doesn't mean we can focus on league play. And considering how close we are to promotion, that's a good thing to be focusing on. Alrighty, so we're at Blundell Park, 4,300 tickets sold. Ooh, a card-happy ref here. Not good. Looks like the Newport will be packing it in with the 4-5-1. We will respond with our standard 4-4-2 narrow diamond. No need to change that up as I see it. Twitch chat now only looking on now in horror at the 5-1 loss in the FA Cup to Dagon Red. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad all around. And it just kept on getting worse the more it went on. Tea for the throat. Always a good thing. Alright. Nothing out of the ordinary here, I don't think. Let's see. Matt Bradley. Oh, horrible. Yeah, Craig Clay. No. Jack Doyle. No. 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 Oh, Chapman might be worth looking after. Regan Pools, actually. Let's keep their midfield under close wraps here. Scott Robinson should be marked. I agree. If that's their sole striker, let's keep an eye on him, please. All right. Oh, weaker foot. Thank you. Pep talk. I expect a win here, boys. I want a win. Good. The thought of moving to a promotion spot makes them happy, and it makes me happy. Show me what you got, boys. Show me what you got. Grimsby in their black and white. Newport in their yellow and black at Blundell Park. 28th of December. Boxing Day is come and gone. Christmas season is winding up. It's time for Grimsby to get a win over a mid-table team. We did it against Hartlepool convincingly. Can we do it against Newport? Now, we'll be fair. We did get a second yellow red card in our favor in that Hartlepool match. But hey, we capitalized on it. Got our goal. Thank you very much. The good teams do. Oh, Hibbs. Hibbs. I don't think he's going to last the half. Or he'll last a half, I think. Frank Holm injured. Hey. Rock and roll. Alright, let's go into control mode here. We aren't dominating the match enough. Clay gets himself a yellow. Yeah, we're doing well. Controlling this game quite handily. I'd like to see a goal for our efforts. Nothing. Ugh. Alright, yeah, Hibbs, you're out. Amazusi, you're in. Alright, come on, boys. We need a win. Much more to come, boys. Strike core has been unimpressive, which is not what I like to see. Come on, boys. I know you've got what it takes. Alright. Let's get back in there. Grimsby and Newport. Ugh, man. I don't like this. I don't like that Newport are holding fast here. Surely we should be able to wear them down. Yes, please. Deal with that. Good. At least the cards are going in our favor. Alright, Maideen. Show us that you're worth the investment. Oh, good. He bought it. Not getting much out of... Newport makes a sub there. Stephen Hurley. That's a striker substitution, is it not? Yes. Yes, it is. That's not going by unchecked. Anywhere else? DeMaio, maybe? Or McCourt? Yellow for Joseph Jones. Not good. Yeah, let's take off McCourt for Ainley. Or DeMaio for Baldwin. Or I do McCourt for Baldwin and swap him with DeMaio. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, DeMaio will go into the playmaking role. Baldwin for McCourt. Get in there, kid. Get some minutes. He's been playing well for us. Let's see if he can prove my investment in him was a solid decision. It's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Newport will be very happy with a 0-0 result here. Oh, Baldwin. Oh, good. She's talking to you. That's good. This isn't good, though. Oh, my goodness. Nobody sees fit to take down Craig Clay. 85th minute. Only chance of the game for either side is a set piece. Oh, my goodness. Who was the culprit on that? I want a name. Who was the culprit? Jones. Poor work there, Joseph Jones. After a solid game, you fell asleep for 1 second. This kind of stuff happens. Alright, well, nothing for it now. Direct, please. Oh, something's still happening here. Something is still happening, and I do not care for it. Thank you, Beal. Baldwin. Looks long. Maydeen's on the run here. Is he on side? Says he is. The cross. Quinn! Oh, no! Oh, Quinn was offside. Ah! See, you kind of got to bury those, Quinn, and you got to stay on side. Oh, there it is! Brannigan with the stunner of a free kick. Quinn gets the equalizer. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, Twitch chat mocking me for playing down to the level of my opposition. Yes, I'm aware that's my kryptonite. But Cousins stunned on the free kick. Quinn makes no mistake this time. 1-1 late at Blundell Park. Whew. Well, that could have been a whole lot worse, couldn't it? Pickford clears the ball up. Cleared right back downfield, and Hurley is past the defense. Are you kidding me? What just happened here? What on earth just happened? Nobody sees fit to mark the guy making a clear run. And just so we're clear here, just so we're absolutely clear, oh yeah, I said mark him very clearly. Nobody saw fit to do that. Wonderful job, everyone. Strong work. Well, that was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. 2-1 loss. Once again, playing down the level of our opposition. Giving up a needlessly late goal. Giving up 2 needless goals, actually. No, that was not a pleasing performance. That was not good enough. And they know it, too. Not happy with that at all. Thankfully, everybody else seems to have had a horrible result as well. York, the only team doing well to pull ahead of the pack. Everyone else either drawing or losing. So lucky us. We remain in 7th at the halfway point on 38 points, still within striking distance of everyone above us. Except for Sheffield Wednesday, but whatever. Still anybody's match to get through, but we cannot keep dropping matches like this. Absolutely cannot. We've only conceded 19 goals all season, so our defense is stellar. Except for moments like that. And I cannot be happy with that result. Next time on Mr. Unemployable, we will be at the 3/4 mark of the season. We'll see if we can stay in those playoff spots. We'll see if we can, hopefully, find a few more goals, get ourselves a nice lock on a playoff spot, and challenge for League One promotion. Because if not just for Grimsby, but to advance my own career. Hopefully we can find a few more depth signings or depth of players in the Canadian national pool, because it's looking pretty shallow. But we'll have to check that in next time on Mr. Unemployable. My name is Rituro. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like what you've seen, please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, favorite. Tell all your friends about these videos being hosted on YouTube. And don't forget, you can join us here in Twitch chat, twitch.tv/Rituro, and watch all these episodes as they're recorded live. Once again, my name is Rituro. Just call me Mr. Unemployable. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will see you next time.